So I just watched this video from my favorite creator, Cecilia Regina, and she was talking about how black women are not warned enough about the good guys as much as they're warned about the hood guys. And as someone from the hood, I feel like it was only right for me to give a observation that only someone that grew up in these environments can give on why that is. So when you have what is deemed as a good black man in our community, most of the times that is by force. He does not
What?
want to be the good black man. He is the
What?
good black man because he has never been cool enough to be socially accepted into any other circle. And he has never been the cool guy in the gang. He's never been the cool guy that sold drugs. He's never been the cool rapper. He has never fit into any of the cool boxes that.
So now drug dealers and gangsters and rappers are cool, and that's what our kids should aspire to be. So selling drugs is considered cool. Clearly, they don't like good men because no good man wants to be cool. Now, most good guys, whether they're nerds or something, they understand from high school that girls like the bad boys. They don't want the nerds, the guys who do everything right, the guy who follow, the school rules, do everything right. They don't want them until later on, right? After a couple of baby daddies and a couple kids. Most good guys understand that. And that's the only thing good guys don't like. The fact that you didn't want me back then, now you want me now, 20 years later. But I've never met a man who's actually a good man who doesn't like being good because he's not considered cool. Man, they are making up everything just to come at good men. This is crazy.
that are very prevalent in our community. And I'm not trying to be anti black, but I'm just being real about what is glorified in our community, right? So this quote unquote good man is has become a good man by default. And deep down he resents that. And he
No,
wants to be like these other cool guys, but
no.
he does not have the heart to do any of the things that the cool guys do besides.
Because, mind you, she's calling the drug dealers, the rappers, the people who break laws, the cool guys. That's what they consider cool. That's why they like the bad boys because they consider them cool. The guys shooting up the neighborhoods, they consider that cool. But the good guy who follows the law, who goes to school, goes to work, does his thing, doesn't do drugs, doesn't sell drugs, he's not considered cool. So now they're finding a way to paint the good guys as bad boys as well, making it seem like that the good guys are jealous. The good guys are good guys because that's how they grew up, because maybe they were raised right, but by the right parents. Dating is crazy. So apparently, even being a good guy is not good enough for them. They want you to be a good guy who sells drugs, shoots up neighborhoods, and you're a rapper, so then you're cool. Now, this is crazy.
Treat women badly, because one thing that is glorified, and I think it's actually universal racially, is that the cool guy is the one with all the women and the one that treats women badly, right? So in order for this black man to feel validated or to feel cool or as if he is like them, the only way that he can do that is to treat his woman badly or to treat women badly, have a bunch of kids, be abusive to women, because he is not going to do any of the other things. Now, why most black women continue to choose the hood guy over this man is because the difference is with the hood guy, he already has all that validation, right?
No, they continuously choose the cool drug dealers that you call cool guys. The guys who shoot up the neighborhoods, they continuously choose those guys, make babies with those guys because of something called trauma, because of something called there was no father in the house to actually tell them better, because of something called their mom was doing the same thing. So it's a generational curse that's being, passed on to the kids. Because if they didn't see a good example, if their mom wasn't married to a good guy, how are they ever going to learn that the good guy is someone they should be with? If they grew up in a neighborhood where all they see is shootings and being hit on by the cool guys, the gangsters and the drug dealers, and then they go to school, they don't want to talk to the good guy who does his homework and goes to school on time, he doesn't miss school, how are they ever going to learn? So that's the trauma I'm talking about. The trauma bonding. That's all they know. So even when they meet the good guy, they can't believe they think he's faking it.
And whether that's right or wrong, or you support it or you don't, he's not trying to get validation from other men anymore because he already has. The hood dude has already done everything that he needs to do to prove himself to the streets to get the respect that he wants as a man.
Yeah, but what she's not talking about is that the hood guy ends two ways: either in jail or dead, or getting the people around him killed. Because so many times we have seen these shootings, he may have his ops drive by, shoot, they may miss him, but they may hit other people in the neighborhood. They may kill people's kids just because they're trying to shoot themselves. So that's the point they don't talk about. They don't talk about how the cool gangster drug dealer who dude ends up in jail or dead.
So if he wants to get a wife and settle down, he does not care what nobody thinks because he already has his respect. Versus the good guy who never had the respect to begin with, and now you're going to go. Now you know we know how men get treated when they treat their woman good. We know it. We see what they do to Russell Wilson. How dare he love his wife, right? But think about that to a man who has already always been invalidated. He never joined the gang that he wanted to join. His friend did. He couldn't do that. He had to go home and study. So I think
So now going home to study is something wrong? Was he supposed to join a gang and go sell drugs and shoot guns? Is that what we're the only thing that hurts me is she probably has kids. She probably has boys. So with this kind of mindset, what do you think she's gonna teach her boys? That's the only thing that hurts me. That this kind of foolishness doesn't stop with her. She has kids. If she does have sons, she's going to pass on that kind of mindset. If she has daughters, she's going to teach them don't go for the good guy. He's a fake good guy. Go for the gangsters because they're cool. That's the only thing that hurts me is that it goes back to the generational curses, to the trauma. So from her to the kids to the grandkids, and then the cycle continues.
that's why a lot of times these good black men turn out to be so much worse than the Pookies and the Ray Rays because yes, he's great on paper, but he hates that inside, and he
It doesn't.
wants to be like that. He
Nope.
wants to be those men,
Nope.
and dogging a woman out is the only way that he's going to be like those men, and it's as close as he's going to get to his hood rapper fantasy dream that he has.
I mean, she's so wrong. There is no good guy, genuinely good guy, who was raised right, wants to be a gangster, wants to be a drug dealer, wants to end up in jail, wants to end up killed on the street. There is no good guy who wishes to be that. There is no good guy who wishes to wake up every morning knowing that he's being looked up, that the police are looking at him, they're investigating him. No good guy does that. No good guy wishes to have 10 baby mamas and 10 kids that he doesn't even take care of. So now what they are doing, because they realize some good guys are giving up on dating, and like, okay, you dealt with your pookies and the cool guys, the gangsters and the drug dealers, I don't want to deal with you. So what they're doing, this is called reverse psychology. So now they're attacking the good guy. They're saying, you're a good guy, you're just jealous of the cool guys I dealt with. That's why you don't want me. No, but they just don't want to deal with your trauma. This is crazy. What do you guys think about that?